Welcome everybody. Boy, I'm getting really good at just like bouncing and running all these things at once. If any of you were to hear for my first matcha with me live, or I'm not sure if I've done some interviews live, but those I really prep for. But man, I just got done talking on Instagram about I'm checking all my screens. So if my eyes are going everywhere, I'm checking all the different things going on right now. I just got done talking on Instagram about how the program ends at midnight tonight and all the countdowns on Instagram are being really weird. Like one slide says there's 4 hours left, one slide says there's 17 hours left. So I don't know what's going on. This is a lot. If you know anything about human design, I am a human, I'm unconscious projector and conscious reflector. And like, we're just neither one of those are supposed to be doing this many things at once or supposed to be running this many things at once. So good on me for figuring it all out and getting it all done. Let's go ahead and start talking about our August 2022 Flying Star Feng Shui. Let me close out some things, add this to the stream, and pull up my notes. And I like that from the beginning, I have set the precedent that I read notes. Also, guys, exciting stuff. I think I finally figured out. So normally I record the monthly Flying Star Feng Shui videos, and I'm always complaining about how there's like a red laser that's just moving around on the screen, and I don't, it's so distracting, and I don't know what to do about it. But I finally figured out, I think, the problem and the issue, and I'm really excited about it because this was getting very distracting as I was presenting, and that wasn't even live. Anyway, okay, these forecasts are all about using time and energy to your advantage. Feng Shui, energy, manifesting, they're always happening. Manifesting is your subconscious thoughts and feelings coming to life. So it's important to make sure your thoughts and intentions are positive and that you're thinking about what you actually want. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to use the different energies to help you manifest your goals this month. This is how classical feng shui works. This is how I use it. I use it as a self-development tool. Good feng shui isn't dependent on how pretty your house is. Certainly, flow and aesthetics do help, but it's more important about finding the good energy in your home, or good or bad energy. How do you use it to your advantage? Find it, use it to your advantage so that life isn't happening to you, which it's not. Life is always happening for you, but take control. Take control of your space, take control of the energy in your space, use it to your advantage, and stop waiting for life to happen and then you react. Anticipate and take action. I'm Jeanette Zizikowski, your go-to feng shui consultant. Daily, I work with the motivated, the successful, and the inspired to help them use feng shui so that they can 10x their efforts and manifest everything they desire. To use this energy to your advantage, you have to know where you want to go. If you don't know where you want to go, the energy is just going to start doing its thing, and opportunities that don't look like opportunities are going to pass you by. Feng Shui is pretty subtle. The It never gives you the exact result. If you say I want $1 million, I'm going to feng shui for $1 million. It doesn't give you $1 million, but what it does is, because energy compounds, because actions and man actions compound, all of these actions build upon each other to get you to the $1 million. So you have to know where you want to go, and you have to instruct the energy, and then you have to be very present, aware, patient, and understand that it could be very subtle. Why did I bump into this person? Why did I get a flat tire? Everything is happening for a reason. What am I supposed to learn from this? Why did my first program launch not do well? Why did I just totally blow the biggest sales pitch of my life? Maybe you were supposed to learn something because you're going to get an even bigger sales pitch opportunity, and you will never make that mistake again by whatever you did. You'll never make that mistake again. You learned the first time and this during a smaller opportunity that maybe felt big, but it wasn't. Something bigger's coming. So, last month I asked you, what is one goal that if you have it for the month of July and you accomplished it, that you'd be proud of? Do you remember your goal and did you accomplish it? Comment below, what was the goal? A lot of you did comment in July, so comment here now. Did you accomplish it? Did you get done what you wanted to get done? And let's talk about August. Take advantage of these monthly forecasts and use them as free coaching calls. We get much more specific in one-on-ones because I do the natal chart of your home. I see where the base energy is. I see then where the yearly energy is. Some of my clients do a more intensive package where we do actually look at what are the energies of the month and not just the year. But we take these free YouTube videos as take advantage of them as coaching calls. Even though I don't know the base energy in your home, you can still do so much with the monthly energy that comes and visits. What do you want the energy to help you with this month? Comment in the comments, really lock in your intention. I know we're not people that really write down things. You really should write things down, hang it up on your wall, but you can also comment below because even if you don't know these strangers on the internet, even if you don't know any of these people, we still don't like to disappoint. We still don't like to disappoint ourselves, but we might disappoint ourselves before we will disappoint other people. So put it out there and know that I'm reading every single comment. I'm reading every single one. So I want to know, did you follow through? Let's look at the energies of August. Okay, so set your goal, comment it, write it, put it here, put it out into the universe. What is the goal that you want from help with from this August energy? Lock it into your mind and let's go look at how to use it. If you recall, my goal from last month was to launch my very first Feng Shui program. Boy, has it been a trip. Many people ask me for a DIY Feng Shui course in the past. I've always heard this request and oh, there's a lot of Feng Shui books and there's even a handful of Feng Shui programs out there and they wanted a DIY Feng Shui course. So I've heard this request, but I wanted to make sure it was good quality and a DIY course that would actually help you see results. What I do with people one-on-one in consultations is unlike any other Feng Shui consultant. I know that Feng Shui isn't a magic tool, isn't magic at all, and that there are certain key factors required to have successful Feng Shui. After 9 years of doing this, all the different kinds, BTB forms, classical Feng Shui, I know what works, how it works, why it works, and I know what Feng Shui needs from me, from my mindset, and from my actions, because those are two of the factors that a lot of people forget and a lot of people aren't taught. So got away from my notes here. I really wanted to create a good quality holistic program, and I finally got the download and inspiration at the end of June, set the goal to get it done in July, and boy, we're cutting it close. We are cutting it close. Technically, the months shift around the 7th of every month. It's not at the 1st. I do these Feng Shui forecasts at the end because I know you guys that's when your brain thinks to check what's my Feng Shui for the month. But technically, July goes until August 7th. So, as much as I want to get it fully uploaded and completed in the 31st, I don't want it to be rushed or bad. So, we'll see. We're cutting it really close, but I might get it done next Sunday. TBD. To build confidence, you have to keep promises to yourself. Ed Milet said this quote. I quote him so much. He's such a great person and he has so many great things to say. But he has this quote that to build the act of building confidence or the quality of building confidence is keeping promises to yourself. If you frequently are saying, "Oh, I'm going to go to the gym. Oh, I'll start eating clean tomorrow. I'll go to the gym tomorrow. I'll do XYZ tomorrow," and then you don't do these things, your subconscious will eventually stop believing you and the manifestation process is going to be a lot more difficult for you. If you wonder why good things don't happen to you, first of all, that's a terrible question to ask yourself. Good things are always happening for you. Let's recheck the perspective there. But if you are always, if you feel like things aren't happening out or turning out well for you, look at, well, when's the last time you said you were going to do something and you didn't do it? And I bet you that's a lot. I bet you that's really frequently. And that's the first thing you can start shifting. If you aren't going to go to the gym tomorrow, don't beat yourself up that you didn't go. Just don't say you're going to do it so that when you are ready and you're ready to seriously take action, you take action. It's so much worse to say you're going to do something and not fall back because it just messes up your connection with your intuition. It messes up your trust with yourself. You might think, well, I know me, I know what I meant, but your brain is actually not who you are. Your thoughts are not you. Your subconscious and your spirit is you. So by making these false promises and these false statements, you are disconnecting from yourself. So it's very important that if you say on these action items, I'm going to do this one, I promise I'm going to do this one that she says, and then you don't do it, same thing. So this program is unlike any other. So my point was that I said I was going to get it done, and I'm getting it done. It has been long days, it's been hard work, but boy, am I so proud of it. And what I was just talking about on Instagram before I got over here is this is a very cool process. Rarely do we see people, let me go bigger screen here. Rarely do we see people, we're always comparing ourselves to people's level 10. Like I'm looking at Ed Milet and I don't think this, but I might, like somebody else might think, oh, look at his life, I want to replicate it. It's like the dude is 50 something years old and he's been doing this a long time. Like he's at level 10 and he's going on. But the cool thing about social media is that we do get to follow people from their level ones and watch them grow, but we also see how a lot of them give up. We see a lot of them, how they fall back. There's a lot of people that started projects, Instagram side hustles during COVID, and maybe their Instagram got to like 2,000 followers or something, and now they're like, I don't really want to stick with it. It didn't grow enough. What I will say is that's not going to be me. That's not going to be me. If you are here now, if you are here at the opportunity to join this program from day one, the value is only going to get more. And so what I was saying from social media is that, or on Instagram, is that it's very cool that you guys we're like doing this together. I've been doing Feng Shui for 9 years, but I haven't been running an online business for 9 years. And I haven't been teaching it to clients. It's been with friends and family. I haven't been giving it to people for 9 years. So what's very cool is that I'm sharing this with you. You're getting all the benefits of Feng Shui. And then meanwhile, you're watching me use my Feng Shui and you're watching me apply it to my life and create one of my desires, which is the program. And it just happens to be that you're also like getting the results of it. So that was my cool aha today, this morning, and also why I really encourage you guys to stick to keeping these promises to yourself to build that confidence, and why I'm confident in the program, and why I can show up and say I know this is going to be around a long time, why I know this is just the beginning, because I have that strong confidence and always keep those promises to myself. Let's get back into it. This program, okay, we talked about that. We talked about these notes. Well, this program is unlike any other. It's the same steps I used to pay off my student loan debt in 6 years instead of 20, pay off my car, all while still traveling the world, leaving the country, and not having to live off ramen. So I know this stuff works. I know what is in the program is going to be great and going to help you get there, and you're going to get some massive shifts from it, even if you don't work with me one-on-one. Like, this is such a great DIY product. If throughout this live you have questions about the course, write them in the chat and I will get to them at the end, or comment them in the comment section below. I know these lives are always really last minute, so I don't usually expect too many people to show up. So if you have any questions later watching the replay, go ahead and comment them and I will respond to you. And if you're interested in snagging some of these final spots, like I said, $200 off for all founding members who join in July, and that ends in 12 hours-ish, July 30th at midnight. Email me or message me on IG. There you go. Okay. In August, we see all of the numbers repeat. So here is what the low shoe looks like. And you can see 8, 8, 3, 3, 4, 4, 9, 9, 2, 2, 7, 7, 6, 6, 1, 1. All of the numbers repeat in August. This happens. In August, we see all of the numbers repeat. They duplicate. It's more of the same. So more energy, it's more of the same energy, just duplicated in each direction. This happens once a year. Last year, this happened in October. So it's really hard if you're not present, unless you're like really good at journaling or something. It's really hard to go back and think, okay, what was my 2021 like? And then how did my October turn out? I don't even know if it's possible to really compare all that, but it's going to be, this isn't like a natural phenomenon. This happens once a year in different months. So we're at a checkpoint in where you can catch up a little bit, where you can catch your breath a little bit. We're at a good checkpoint in the year where things are a little bit steady. if you've been feeling like it's go, 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 which maybe that's just me projecting because my fire seasons, July, are out of control. And I'm about to talk about fire seasons here in a second. Your energy and mindset this month are going to play a major role in if you see upgrades or not, because there will be less dynamic energy pushing you forward. When I look at a floor plan, when you do the flying star chart for your home or for the month, if you have a lot of the same combinations everywhere, or if you see energy duplicate, it's actually not as good. You might think like, "Oh, wow, consistency and like that's good. It's not very messy." But actually you want help from the most energy you can get help from. So, it's not that this is bad, but it's nice that this only happens once a year. So, the reason this month it's important that you mentally work hard, you take action on a lot of things is because there's not if feng shui is the wind at your back that propels that brings you opportunities and then, like, pushes you towards them, there's just not as much wind this month, if you think of it that way. More of the same can be good if things are going well, and it can be really frustrating if things are going bad, but there is a perk that I'll point out in a second. It's in these months that our determination and discipline are tested. Another, reason I said I knew I was gonna bring Ed Milet up a lot is because here's another one. Ed Milet always says something like, "It's not about building momentum, and that you'll never have an off day, but instead, what are your habits and discipline like when there are off days? What is your discipline?" This is the month to have discipline in taking action on what you want because of how the energies show up. Energy ebbs and flows and is cyclical. And if we digress for a second, I want to show you another way that those of us who practice Chinese metaphysics and classical feng shui look at the energy. So we see the numbers here in the Lo Shu and we see how the environmental energy helps us, right? And in this case, this month, the energy is duplicated. So it's not less help, it's just more of whatever's going on. And then we also see the seasonal timing for individuals and how the seasons affect a person. So if some of you are like, "Oh crap, like life isn't going good right now and a lot isn't going well." One, remember everything's always happening for you. So there's a lot of silver linings in whatever you're going through, I'm sure. But also, we can see this, but then there's this whole aspect, this Bazi chart, this seasonal energy that's always happening. You've probably seen me talk about before the cosmic trinity, how there's heaven luck, man luck, and earth luck. There's like astrology energy, there's God, there's the universe, there's the planets sending out energy. There's us as the human, so heaven, man, there's us creating our own energy. Do we have a positive mindset or a negative mindset? That shifts the outcome. And then we have the environmental energy that comes in every month, every day, every year, and that has energy. So we have 3 layers of energy here. So if you're unhappy with hearing that August is going to bring more of the same and be a little stagnant, don't worry because there's 2 other layers. There's you, what are you going to do with it? And then there's the universe and the planets creating these seasons. May was don't look at here, but look at these ones. So May was snake, June was horse, July was goat, August is monkey, and what comes after August? August, September is rooster. Those let me get back to my notes. These are how we see the seasons for the year and the seasons of someone's life. Are there months so, like, think about the months in your life. Are there months that you're just busting your ass and, like, you're getting things done and you feel so energized, maybe a little bit too much energy. You're like, "I have to go, I have to do, I have to get these things done." And then there's other months where you just have 0 inspiration for anything, and sometimes in the off months, you're missing, like, the months where you did have so much energy, and you're like, "Oh, why can't we just spread it out? Why can't it just even itself out?" So, the nice thing is if you did want to dive further into what your seasons are, I can help you with that, where you can foresee these months and you can plan ahead with them and you can plan those seasons of your life, but I'm not here to pitch that right now. I just wanna show you that there are seasons to your life. So, based on your birthday, you are a yin or a yang element and an animal. So, let's use me as an example. I'm a yin earth goat. So, I'm a yin earth goat. This would be my cycle. Fire is my resource, metal is my output, water is my wealth, and wood is my power. These colors here, this is fire season. This is metal season. August, September, October is metal season. This is supposed to be blue. November, December, January is water season. What did I say? February, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, and April are wood seasons. So I know that in the summer months, if I'm looking at my that's why I was mentioning if I'm looking at here, this I know in the summer months I'm gonna have a lot of energy, angst, restlessness, and inspiration, hence me doing the feng shui program and like getting the inspiration and just taking action on it the second I got it and not waiting for another season because I know once metal seasons come around and metal and water seasons come around, I'm not gonna have the same amount of energy. So I purposely timed the creation of it. Also, in my home's feng shui, I had 9 and 8 together twice, which means new relationship, happy celebrations, the beginning of something. And I was like, okay, great, let's do this project now because the feng shui is on my side. Where my desk is where one of those 9/8s is. And then I've been working in the other part of my home where the other 9/8s were to use that to fuel the inspiration, the energy, the work, etc. Oddly enough, I have like been courted a little bit. I've been so focused on work, relationships are another story, but it's very interesting how I love seeing how it shows up in my life. And sure enough, like I thought, surely after being single for so long, this 9/8 coming up, like I wouldn't actually, where am I going to meet this person? I'm like not leaving my desk. And somehow it just happens. The universe will just present these things to you when the time is right. And when your feng shui says it, it'll happen. It's not lying. So that was just very interesting to see that still come up. I knew where in my home to work on the program, and I knew it was the right time to write the program. So now going into August, if the energy is the same and it's my output, because this program is, if the energy is the same here and its output, because this program is my output, it's something I created. I imagine that it will sell really well. And my other services that are a little bit more like a different type of energy, those won't sell as well, but output is something you create. So why do I share this with you? And so then I basically I'm just giving you an example of how I time my life and how I don't freak out when I see that the energy is the same and isn't going to like propel me as forward. So I share this with you because if you see, oh man, August is going to be slow and stagnant, which is not true once we get into these directions here in the next slide. It's just going to be more of the same. You have another layer of energy. You have another layer of energy in your life, this Bazi layer, these seasons that shake things up still. So it's not, there's always progress to be made. It's just how can we make it as easy as possible? Do I need to tap into more of my personal energy? When life is slower, for example, in my metal and water months, when I know I'm not gonna have all this fire energy supporting me, that's when I'm like, "Thank goodness for my feng shui energy. How do I really use my space? How do I really boost it with elements?" Because I don't have as much energy. So this is how you really, like, plan your life with this stuff and why I share the monthly feng shui forecast. So, a huge perk to August and a huge perk to 2022 that isn't really getting a lot of credit because I know 2022 people have just been down from 2020, 2021, 2022. I'm so sick of looking back on it though. Like, we have to move on. Okay. We have to move on. 2022, there's a huge perk to this year that it's not getting a lot of credit for because the news doesn't talk about feng shui. But we have not been influenced by the most difficult, daunting energy, which is the 5. When something's in the center, it is less powerful. Some would say it just doesn't even exist. I think it's still kinda there, and it kinda depends on your house, but the some practitioners, like, in Hong Kong and, like, the really wise feng shui users are like, "If it's in the middle, it doesn't exist." So, what a big deal that the one that they also say is the scariest, the worst, it wreaks havoc, it's chaotic, and it just, like, it's bankruptcy and it's destruction. Okay, well, we don't have that this year, which is awesome. What does that mean in not scary terms? It's called the 5 yellow. I don't think a 5 is destruction and bankruptcy and all that. If it was, I'm screwed because I actually have the 5 right at my front door. In my base chart, I have the 5 right at my front door and right at the sitting, which is like a very old-fashioned feng shui consultant would be like, "Never move into this house. It's absolutely terrible." I believe I'm getting all these curveballs. If you remember from last year in my last apartment in Dallas, I had the worst energy combination at my front door. I think I get thrown all these things just to live through it to show you guys that, like, life goes on. So, anyway, I digress. So, the 5 yellow is in the center. He's in the center of the chart, which means it's a great year for home renovations, and it's kind of a good year to, like, be I don't know if taking risks is the right word because 5 sort of helps with that, but it's just, like, not gonna beat you down as much. So if you're trying to catch your breath and you're trying to get ahead, the 5 isn't here to hold you back, and it's not here to weigh you down or help you or get you exhausted. So that's pretty great. So the fact that August is doubling means we also don't have 5 for the month. So, yeah, my notes, okay, because I was saying that's for the year, this larger number. We do still have 5 coming in every month, and it's been rotating, but the perk of August is that it'll be in the center, and so that's gonna be really great for a lot of people. But I think everyone will be able to yeah, so I think everybody will be able to pause and catch their breath and blast ahead because we don't have the 5 in the month either. So wonderful. I'm just repeating myself now. Auspicious energies are duplicated in the northeast, north, and northwest. I'll touch on the south in a second. The red this time may not symbolize what you think it does. So continue to listen on. Let me take a break really quick. Hold on. It might not mean what you think because red is usually means something in my slides, but I changed it. So think back to what your goal is. So now we're going to look at this space through the lens of what's my goal. Think back to what is your goal? What is the goal of the month for that you set for the month of August? Do you remember back in February when we first started these? I said, think of what is your big goal for the year? What do you want to do by the end of the year? Now break it up into 12 months, and every month use the monthly energy to get you closer and closer and closer. Maybe you just started joining us here in August or July, and so you're not thinking that far and you just have monthly goals. That's great too. What are your goals for August? And think about what is it that you need? What is it that you need to accomplish that goal? Is it losing a certain amount of weight? Is it getting a certain amount of money? Is it fixing certain relationships in your life? What is it that you need to achieve that goal? And now let's I'm going to describe the different energies and you really use the areas that you need. So those of you with relationship goals, it's not highlighted, but the southeast. So those of you with relationship goals, southeast is your direction this month if you have relationship goals. Southeast hosts the peach blossom energy. You can put flowers there. You can put flowers there or romantic imagery with intention. Everything with feng shui is you're placing items, you're giving your space attention with intention. Place your desires for a relationship or infuse your desire for a relationship or fixing a relationship or calling in friends, infuse that into the object, place it there. This is a really great month to have fresh flowers in this relationship area. That energy is the energy to support making love happen. Both peach blossom energies are doubling up and even stronger in the southeast this month. Do you have financial goals that involve investments? Maybe you need some clarity on what next steps to make for this goal. Maybe you need clarity on what next steps to take for this goal. Maybe you need a wise advisor or some helpful insight. If you need some of these attributes to make your goals happen, then you will want to be using the water energy in the north. Water energy in the north. Both ones are coming here. Speak your intentions here and ask the energy to bring you clarity, wise advisors. This energy is also helpful with like financial loans if you need a big loan, liquid money. Um, but one is clarity, it's water, it's wisdom, wise advisors, like I said. So if you need any of that, look at your goal. What is it that you need to make it happen? Maybe you need some advice, but you can't afford a wise advisor. So how are you going? or like a mentor, how do you get that advice, get that wisdom? If you set that intention and use this space saying, I'm open and ready to receive an advisor. I need advice on my business. I need advice on what to invest in. Maybe you aren't liking your money guy. Maybe he's stressed out and you're like, whoa, buddy, chill out. Everything's going to be fine. But I need to move my money somewhere else. And you're like, okay, I need a financial advisor. Open the windows there with that intention. Use the space with that intention. Drink your coffee there with that intention. Whatever it is, this is how the energy in the north can help you achieve your goal. And if that doesn't apply, let's move on to the next. Maybe that's not the energy you need. Maybe you need energy help from the northwest. In the northwest, if you're looking to get a raise, a new job, or a promotion, if you're looking to rank in something or take leadership of something, the other one was get leadership advice. This one is being the leader, showing up. Maybe you would like to be seen as the leader, the owner, or just as a responsible figure. You want some more responsibility given to you in your job. You will want to use the Northwest. The Northwest is all metal, which is very follow the rules, climb the corporate ladder. It's like stiff by the book, step by step, metal, achieve. Different than wood, where wood is like growing and organic and pushing forward and inspired. Metal's like just very task oriented. It's type A. So that's why it's if you need to climb certain steps, if you need to finish certain steps of something, if you need to buckle down, yeah, and have the focus on like doing and executing and getting something done so that you can finally stop procrastinating and get to the next level with something. If all of this is resonating and you're like, yeah, this is the type of strict leadership, climb the corporate ladder energy that I need to accomplish my goal, that's the Northwest. That's the metal. If you compare the difference between like with the north and it being water, that's like thoughts and inspiration and help and like feelings, right? And metal is like doing swords. Okay. Then in money and all things abundance, quick hits of money is in the northeast. This is an earth energy that is prosperity and abundance energy. If you have a water feature, you can move your water feature here into the northeast. If you have a water feature, you can move it in here for the month to help boost the energy. Normally, I do not like to flippantly recommend water feature placements if I don't know all of the stars in your home. So remember, these are the monthly and yearly energies that apply to everybody, but based on when your home was built and the direction it's facing, you have a base chart of energy. Your 5 is somewhere in the home, your 3 and all your positive energies, they're somewhere else in your house. But for everybody, the month comes in the same direction, the year comes in the same direction. So normally I don't like to say put your water feature here because I don't know what's in the base and I don't want to aggravate anything in the base. But I'm confident that the year and the month money energy being in the northeast, you can put your water feature there and that will help your money because you have two of the fastest moving energies, which is the year and the month. Another reason, not to totally digress again, but that's why your base energy of your home, you do a feng shui base layer, but that's why I then offer annual updates because you're like, well, if my base energy, my base feng shui is so good, then why does this year just suck? Like, why is it so bad? And that's because the monthly and annual energies that come in are very fast moving and they are what create change. They interact with that base chart and they're what create the results. So anyway, I feel confident this month that if you move your water feature to the northeast, you will see quick hits of money. How much? That's up to your intentions. That's up to your mindset. That's up to so many other factors. Could be a dollar on the ground. Could be the raise you've finally been looking for. I don't know. Dream big. So feel confident you can put your water feature there in the northeast though. So all of our auspicious energy is over here. in the Northeast, North, and Northwest. Remember not to beg the energy. A big mistake people make when manifesting or working with energy, and especially I know people's ears are perking up. They're like, oh my gosh, all the money energies in one area. My water feature this, like, this is so exciting. That it is exciting. Let's go get some money. But remember to not beg the energy. A big mistake when people make when manifesting or working with energy is they beg. They act like they have to ask permission. You don't have to ask permission. You are co-creating. You can demand something within reason, like humbly demand. It's your best friend. You don't demand things from your best friend, but you are like, let's make this happen, right? Money is your birthright. Money is an unlimited resource. So, and so is love for these other areas where we talked about love in the Southeast, these other areas as well. Whatever you desire is your birthright. You can have everything that you want. So don't beg. Here, I'm losing my notes. Here's the thing, is you just want to be clear. So don't use the direction and say, I want more money, because that nothing's going to happen. Be more specific, like, okay, money energy, this is what we're co-creating. We're co-creating $5,000 this month because I want to use it, pay off this credit card. I want to go to this dinner and I want to do this. I want these things because I will feel financially free, because I will feel excited to treat my significant other to a nice dinner. I will feel so happy and relieved to have this credit card burden paid off. So start acting those feelings first. Like, this is so, when you place your water feature, you're placing it with that elatedness, with that financial freedom. Like, I know it's done because I asked and I get everything I desire because I'm human and I'm me, and whatever I desire is my birthright. So, how exciting! Here's my water feature, plug it in, turn it on. All the money's coming my way now. The energy knows what it's meant to do. I'm going to see this come to fruition. How exciting. And stay in that assuredness, stay in that positivity, stay in that, like, I know it's already done. Do you see the difference between how you go to the Northeast, you place your water feature, and you're like, oh my gosh, I just want more money. Anything. I'd be so grateful. I'd just be so grateful for like anything. Anything will help. Just like, here, plug it in, turn it on. Like, please, money, just like come to me, please, please, please. Like, I just need so much help. Do you see like the difference? It just doesn't, that's the low vibe. If you do join the program, I have a whole section that helps you look at scientifically why. Because I know sometimes we have these science brains. We're like, well, how does that make sense? What's the whole point of all this vibe stuff? Literally, we are all energy, and that desperation energy vibrates slowly. Money vibrates fast. So your happiness, your excitement, your confidence, your knowing it's already done, your peace and joy and ease, that's a fast vibration, and fast attracts fast. So another reason why we don't beg when we set intentions, because begging is desperate, begging's worried it's not going to happen, and you will just, if fast attracts fast, low attracts low. That low worry is going to just attract more low worry. That was all not in my notes. Place your water features in the Northeast. Get excited. Money's coming your way. It's already happening because you asked for it and because you wanted it'll happen. Let's move on. The South. So I mentioned stick around for the South to find out it's maybe not what you think. The South is a little 50-50. I personally think that this is more good than difficult. I don't know. I don't recommend you running off and comparing a lot of these charts. Not because I'm worried about what other people say, but it's more just you're going to confuse the crap out of yourself if you're understanding the way somebody presents the low shoe and feng shui energies, and then you're comparing it to how I do it, because I do it very differently. What I imagine you will see everywhere else is that all of this 9 is very fiery. So some may say that this will be an overwhelming amount of fire. 9 is fire. South is a fire palace. So you have month fire, year fire, permanent fire. Some may say this will be an overwhelming amount of fire, which isn't wrong, but remember what I said, that some people interact with fire differently based on their personal energy. So, speaking of that, do you know what your personal energy number is? You can click the link in the description of this video and also find out it's free. You just plug in your email and look at this chart based on your birthday, and you can find out your personal energy number. There's two different things though. You're a Bazi element. So, like I said, I'm a yin earth goat. And then in Feng Shui, you're something else. In Feng Shui, you also have a personal element and you can decorate accordingly and you can use these monthly energies accordingly as well. So, you can discover yours in the link in this video. If you are an earth person energy number, or if you're an earth personal energy number, like a 2 or an 8, then all of this fire is really good for you. And you don't have to be worried about the south at all because fire supports earth. If you are a 3 or 4 personal energy number, this direction may be a little bit more difficult to use, but it may not be if you're very driven and like need it. Because also, if you have a lot of wood energy, fire gives you something to do and focus all that energy on, and productive things come from it. So I always see the positive to all this stuff. 9 is an auspicious number until 2044. So why not take it all? Think back to your goal. So then another reason, like if you even need this 9 energy, if you need to even involve yourself with it or spend a lot of time in it, think back to your goal. And here's what the 9 fire energy does. Do you need to be seen, recognized, or do your efforts need to be put in the spotlight? Does your business need some marketing? Like, does your business need eyes on it? So 9 is actually eyes, 9 is fire, 9 is really good marketing energy. If you just need the spotlight, if you're like, my boss just doesn't even know I exist, but how am I ever going to get that raise? They don't even know I'm here. 9, it illuminates you. This is the direction you need to use with those intentions if this is what you need. The 9 is happy events, it's celebrations, and it's great for marketing. It's a fire energy and shines the spotlight on people and things. So if you need more eyes on your business, the South is your friend. Cool. We are now on the action items. So now you know how to use your space this month. Hopefully, the juices and the balls are rolling in your mind. How did last month's action item go? Last month's action item was to donate $5 to the charity of your choice. And I see everybody that was watching this live has now gotten off at these action items. Guys, I have some things to say about that. Not that they're not watching, but because of the assumptions I'm making about action items, you have to take action on things. And I'm not giving these actions and just randomly picking them out of like the sky. There's reasons for all of these. There's a reason I pair the action item I do with the month's energy. Anyway, okay, so last month's action item was to donate $5 to the charity of your choice. $5. Why? Because it's easy. If you could not give away $5, if you could not give away $5, you have a scarcity lack energy problem. It should just be a no-brainer to give $5. And then also, like, talk to your ego and see, why am I procrastinating on this? Whenever I'm like really wanting to do something and my body is just like, I don't want to. I'm like, because remember, our thoughts are not who we are, and we actually train our brain. We train our brain. It's a muscle that we use. It doesn't tell us what to do. There's a really good quote by Master Stephen Coe that says, you tell your hand to grab an apple, you tell your legs to move, you tell your eyes to blink, or your mouth to talk. Ignore the I one. I'm so bad at reiterating these things. But who is telling your brain what to think? So let me say it again. You tell your hand to grab the apple, you tell your feet to walk, you tell your mouth to move, but who's telling your brain what to think? You, your soul, your spirit. So don't let it tell you what to do. Giving $5 is something nice. Don't let your brain talk you out of it. When you give back, your efforts are rewarded tenfold. There's a universal law of reciprocity. It'll show you that when you give, you will always receive. So when you give, you will often see a hit of money yourself. Of you maybe will see it in return, maybe not in money, but you'll see a helpful person or an old friend resurface that fills your emotional cup with joy, compliments, and uplifting messages. This was a bit of a mindset test as well. If you cannot give, how do you expect to receive? So that's why I paired that one. If you can't get or use that as the action item last month, there's the reason behind that. The quickest way to see change in your life is to start giving and helping others with what you need help with. So if you're looking for love, how can you love others? If you're looking for some compassion, how can you give compassion? If you are needing help with money, how can you sometimes it is hard to give money. You're like, I don't have any money to give. I actually need money. So, how can you give your time to help others who are less fortunate? You will universal law of reciprocity. You will always see it something back, and that's not why you give, and maybe it is in the beginning, but then it feels so good, and it feels so good, so you keep doing it. Universal law of reciprocity. Those of you who did okay, so here's my notes, wrapping this one up, we're gonna get into the next one. Those of you who did accomplish this and do this last month's action item, I'm so proud of you, I'm so happy, like, and thank you for making the world a better place. Comment below, what is the organization or the charity that you donated to? I'd love to hear it. We'd all love to hear it and give you a pat on the back. In the spirit of August, so this month's action item, in the spirit of August being more of the same, I want to encourage you to try something new. So remember, I don't pick these action items and just pull them out of the air. There is a reason that pick certain action items that I know will pair well with the energy so you see more results in these very weird, subtle ways. It might sound abstract, but just trust me. So, in the spirit of August being more of the same, I want you to try something new. Summer's wrapping up. If you're on this side of the what is it, the hemisphere, the equator? Summer's wrapping up. So, why not do something simple? Again, but these action items can be so not complex. They can be so easy. That's why it was $5. So easy. Why not, in this case, try something new? Don't make it a big deal. Why not go out for ice cream and try a new flavor? It can be a fun time with the family. It can be a fun time with a new date. You updated that love area that we just talked about and use that duplicated love energy. Why don't you go on a date, ask somebody out, go pick a new flavor of ice cream? This one's really random, and I don't even know why I feel inclined to say it, but I've been spending a lot of the time at the lake here in Cleveland. It's so cool. I can't get enough of it since I just moved and it's not frozen over. Been spending a lot of time at the lake learning about fish. There's a lot of people that fish out there and I'm hearing about it, which is hilarious. I don't know anything about fish. And then I've also been listening to a lot of podcasts about health because doing this program, I've been so like, I don't ever feel stressed. My brain doesn't, but my body will do things that's like you're driving yourself into the ground. And there's certain things happening with my skin. And so I'm like, what can I eat so that I'm not just like working, and running off of matcha? I've been listening to these health podcasts and they're all talking about how fish is so great. And I realized like I always order salmon. So I would like to go and just like order a different kind of fish. One that sounds kind of weird and is a little bit out there, but like that is going to be the new thing that I try this month. Ride on one of those scooters downtown if you never have. Go ride your bike if you haven't. Pick a different nail polish color. Cut your bangs. No, I'm just kidding. Don't cut your bangs. Don't do any new hairstyle. It's never a good idea. Talk to somebody new, order a different kind of coffee. It can all be these small things, but one small change. Remember, very beginning of this, we were talking about keeping promises to yourself. That when you say, I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow and you don't, when you say you're going to do something and you don't, you disconnect from your intuition. You and your subconscious are now in conflict. So by you taking action and you saying, yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to go pick a new flavor of ice cream tomorrow. It doesn't have to be this big, I'm going to go change the world tomorrow. It can be as simple as like just showing the energy in your environment. I am ready for change. I'm ready to try new things. So I'm trying new energy flavor, but I'm open to trying new things, which means that it opens up new avenues to receive love from. When you try new things, you open up new avenues to receive money energy from. When you try new things, you open up new ways to get inspiration on how to change your health. So it sounds so silly when I talk about ordering fish on a menu, but I promise you, after 9 years of doing this, I have a reason for what I'm saying. Try something new, try a new flavor. I don't know why everything was like coffee or like food. It can really be anything new. You can take a new route on a walking path, try a different park. So, yeah, it was all about food, but it can really be anything new. That's your action item for the month. Comment below what is your goal. Comment below what do you already have an idea of what something new is that you'll try. Like I said, I need to go stick to ordering a different kind of fish. I don't really eat out a lot, so I don't even know how to do that here, but anyway. Okay, so lastly, to wrap it up, I mentioned that if there were any, oh, okay, so let me stick to my notes, or maybe try something new by going all in on infusing your home with Feng Shui. If you've enjoyed using the monthly forecast as a self-development tool here on YouTube, imagine how much more powerful your efforts are when you have a thorough base layer of Feng Shui applied to your home. Imagine how much more powerful your actions are when you use Feng Shui. Your efforts are multiplied. So when you're doing these monthly YouTube, or when you're doing these monthly Feng Shui forecasts and the Feng Shui in your home is up to date because of this DIY program, your actions tenfold, manifestations happen faster. Yes. So I said if you have any questions to mark them. I don't see any come in, but I want to bring up one that I've been getting on Instagram. Somebody had a question about this program and they said, "What if I don't own the home? What if I just am one room in the home? What if I don't want to buy new furniture?" I had a lot of good questions over there. First and foremost, when you feng shui, even when you take these YouTube advice, so if you don't do the program, whenever you feng shui, it's not dictated. You do not have to buy new things for it if you don't want to. It is about repurposing and repositioning items already in your home and using the different energies in your home to your advantage. That's why I share these monthly energies every month, because it's to show you where the new energies are, for that month and how you can use it to your advantage. So it's not about how your space looks, it's about your intentions placed on the objects, and it's about your energy and how you mix with the energy in your space. So it's all about energy. You could have really ugly stuff, you could have really great looking stuff. It doesn't matter. You could have really great looking stuff but hate it all because it was left in, to you in a divorce. And so all of this beauty, and maybe you were married to a billionaire, and all of this stuff is so beautiful, but it just reminds you of this terrible marriage you have. Other people might look at your house and be like, "Wow, it's so beautiful. It's so great. Like the feng shui is amazing." And you're meanwhile just triggered everywhere. You're like, "This reminds me of him. This reminds me of her. This reminds me of that." So it's everything is about what is the energy of you? What's the energy your objects trigger in you? Positive trigger. Okay. So that answers that question. You don't have to buy things. If you join this program, it's just about using your space. You don't have to buy stuff unless you want to. What if you don't own the home? The way I use feng shui, I mentioned it. We have a nice little fruit fly in here. The way I use feng shui is a self-development tool. So if you don't own a home right now, it's like even more reason why you should use feng shui, because do you want to own a home one day? I didn't I use feng shui when I want to get somewhere. I use it as a self-development tool. Okay, my goal this month is to, right, I'd paid off my car, I had paid off my student loans. I'm using this as a tool to get me where I want to go. I think in the program I say something like, saying I'll wait to feng shui until I have my dream home is like saying I'll wait to work out when I'm already fit. So it's okay if you don't own your home, and it's okay if you're just one room in your entire house, and maybe you're in college or maybe you just graduated and you're living with your parents and you just want to do your room. That's okay. You'll still know how to use the house. You don't have to tell anybody. You don't have to tell anybody, "I'm having my morning coffee over here because it's my money section," or "I'm doing this over here because I'm trying to manifest a boyfriend." You don't have to tell anybody. But anyway, it's okay if it's not permanent. The point is actually that this is going to help you get where you want to go, and this is going to help you achieve things faster. That's what feng shui does. This program, whether it was we worked one-on-one, whether it's this, whether it's the YouTube, feng shui in general, I see it as a self-development tool to help you get where you want to go. So if you have any more questions, I don't see any more in here. Those were the big ones from Instagram that I wanted to respond to. If you have any more questions, comment below in the comment section. I'll come full screen now. Comment below in the comment section. I will respond to it. I always read everybody's comments. I do want to hear your goals. I want to hear how, like, the progress you've been seeing from using these monthly feng shui forecasts. What's the goal for this month? I'm now just repeating myself. Subscribe if you have not subscribed to this channel. Hit the notification bell. That notification bell alerts you when these videos come out, because how often, maybe you guys are really good about checking YouTube, but it'll alert you when these monthly feng shui forecast videos go out. So it'll be that chime to know you are ready to set another goal and achieve something new. I mentioned commenting and like it if you like this video just a little bit. In the meantime, this $200 gift for being a founding member ends in July. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't like to run sales. Oh no, I mentioned it in Instagram. I don't like to run sales. I don't like to run these promotion things. It's not because I'm uncomfortable. It's because I just know how good of quality it is. And yeah, there's only going to be more and more value added to this program over time. I will add that there's going to be a whole human design section, feng shui for your human design. There's going to be a success booster direction module that gets added eventually, and a health booster module that gets added eventually. So getting this $2 off, $200 off now is really the lowest it will ever be. And then more and more value is getting put into this program. This is where I'm going to put everything I ever want to share. There's also access to a private Telegram group, which is basically a group chat, if you're not familiar with Telegram. And right now, because it's early and there's not a lot of people in just yet, because I'm just now launching this, you get a lot of access to me. So if you're worried about making your Bagua map, I've even said to these people, to the people in the group already, like, if you're having difficulty, I don't mind making your Bagua map. If I want you to give it a go, and I want you to give it a try, and I included the module for a reason, but you get a lot of access to me, and because it's early. And then as this program grows and over time, it'll be much more community based and people will be helping each other. But $200 off and an intimate group where I answer a lot of the questions, you're basically getting my time. So I said I didn't want to ramble, and I rambled anyway. Have a great day. Go use your feng shui, go achieve your goals, and live totally blissed. Thanks for being here.